Hi, it's Andy, and today I'm bringing you my June TBR. June's TBR is going to look a little bit different because really I have my TBR. I just have to try and shoehorn them into prompts. So this should be funny. And I'm going to try and discard as little as possible. Now, I'm going to show you the pile I have here because apparently I've lost my mind. These are the books I would like to get to in the month of June. The bottom here we've got the entire Murderbot Diaries because the new one's coming out at the start of June. We have City of Heavenly Fire, Clockwork Prince and Clockwork Princess to continue my read of the Shadowhunter Chronicles, Accomplice to the Villain to continue my reread of that series, Dead and Gone to continue my reread of that series, and the rest of the Silver Pines series because I would just kind of like to have that series read. And also they're all romance novels, so it'll help to like break up a lot of what's going on. So my challenge this month is to get them all onto prompts from my prompt jar. My goodness, I can't speak. Yeah, my TBR is very small at this point. I have, let me check, 17 books on my TBR and 10 books incoming. 8 of which I believe will be going on my TBR. So in the month of June, I'll be getting Father Material, which is the last in whatever that story is called. It's Boyfriend Material, Husband Material, Father Material is that trilogy. I've been waiting for ages for this last book. One for the Road is the last of the, I was going to say Bourbon Brothers, but it's not. McCabe Brothers, Bourbon Brothers, totally different vibes. It's the last of the McCabe Brothers series, so it's Whiskey Business, Scotch on the Rocks, looking at them over there, and then One for the Road. I actually have an arc of One for the Road, so I will be adding that to my TBR for the month of June to get it off. So the books I've just shown you plus One for the Road, and then the Illumicrate Bridgerton series should be turning up in June. And I have only read, oh no, I've only read one of them. I think I've only read the first one. Yeah, I've only read the first one. So there are 8 books in that series. I've only read one, so there's 7, 8, 9. I can't do maths. There's 8, 9, 10 books coming into my library next month. And I've only read one of them. So I have 9 books being added to the TBR. And I don't have any plans to take much off of my TBR. So the numbers are going to get bumped a little bit, but not by much. So I'm taking 3 off, adding, taking 4 off and adding 9. So I should have 5. Why do I keep trying to do maths? I can't do maths. I don't do maths. Give me like quadratic equations, simultaneous equations, algebra, all that. Totally fine. Basic maths, adding, subtracting, multiplying. Don't even talk to me about times tables. Can't do it. So yes, I would like to try and squeeze all these in. And I think this month to give me a little bit of a challenge because it's no fun when I already have it picked to just like, because normally you're picking and then trying to see what fits. Whereas now I'm trying to almost shoehorn them in. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 books in my TBR. I am treating the Murderbots as, although it's only volumes 1, 2 and 3, they are actually books 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's just they're bound together. So I am treating them as separate books. I should have repeated that. I forgot where I was. Anyway, so I think I should give myself a little bit of a challenge. So I think I should try and get these shoehorned in, these 16 books, in 20 prompts or less. So I'm allowed 20 prompts. I'll need to try and count that some way. Where are all my pens? Got it. So I'm going to track how many prompts I've used on this little pad that I thought was Post-its. It is not. There's no stickiness to it. It's just bits of paper. So I'll track how many, and I need to do it in under 20 prompts. Okay, wish me luck. Cross all your fingers, your toes, your legs, arms, eyes. Just cross everything for me that I get this in. I'm going to give this a little bit of a mixy mix. That was a bad idea. Oh, okay. Right, we had prompt fallout, so I feel like this should be the inaugural prompt of the TBR. Also, if you can hear cars bees, dogs, children. I think that covers it. Just ignore it because the window is open, because it is currently 23 degrees. All the like official weather things say it's meant to be 17. Like, I was getting 17 max this morning when I checked. My watch is now saying 21, and we have a thermometer, so because we have a heat pump, it needs to monitor the temperature outside as well as the temperature of the heat pump. So we've got an actual thermometer, like an actual like little thermostat thermometer thing that sits on the south side of our house in the shade, like on the side of the house where there's no sun. And that is currently, so the sun is over here, that is over there, being completely shielded by the sun, completely in the shade. I just need to make this very clear, apparently. And that is showing 23 degrees currently. So the window is open and we are dealing with it. Okay. Ta-da! I managed to get it upside down again, didn't I? Oh my goodness. There we are. Right. First one, don't do me dirty. Read a book with mental health. Mental health. Representation. Oh, right. You need to either remember what's going on in these or read the back of these. Okay, that took me a little bit of time, but for the read a book with mental health representation, I'm going to choose Clockwork Princess. It could have been Clockwork Prince. I can't actually remember what order these go in. Apparently my neighbour decided to help me out by adding to the noise with a lawnmower. Why are you mowing your lawn at this time? It is almost 1 p.m. The sun is blazing. There is not a cloud in the sky. It is 23 degrees. Your grass is going to be like yellow and dead and, you know, it's just, of course, it's one of the things I didn't say. I said cars, I said children, dogs. Can't remember what the other thing I said, but I didn't say lawnmowers. But apparently lawnmower, that's what we're doing. Okay, so for the prompt, read a book with mental health representation, I'm going to choose Clockwork Prince, which is the second book in the Infernal Devices trilogy, which is my next read in my Shadowheart Chronicles read along that I'm doing for the new book coming out. Not to give away stop with this, it's so shiny. Not to give away any spoilers, but these are rereads, so I know there's mental health representation in this. Like there's somebody in these books, a main character, who is really struggling with his mental health due to something that happened in his past, and things that are currently happening in his present. So, and this also affects my mental health because of things that happen in their future. But yes, if you've read this, you will know exactly who I'm talking about and know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm going to go with Clockwork Prince for this prompt. And into the used roll it goes. Okay, 1 down. 15 to go. Okay, number 2. I can see this one down here. I want it. Right here. Is that it? This one. Can you... Oh, why is everybody on the street is there? Right, let me... See, please don't be upside down. It's upside down, of course. Here we go. Read a short story. I'm counting a novella as a short story. If you want to argue with me, bite me. So I'm going to go All Systems Red by Martha Wells. Let me get the book. Here we go. So All Systems Red is the first in the Murderbot Diaries, and these are all novellas. It finishes here. This is the end of it. So this is all just one story. This is story 2. So this is a short story. I'm counting it. I don't actually know the difference between a short story and a novella, to be perfectly honest. So, I mean, it probably is very easy. I'm counting it. If you don't know the Murderbot Diaries, it follows Murderbot, shockingly. And Murderbot is a sec unit who has managed to hack its governor module, and the governor module is the thing that keeps it compliant. So it is a construct, I remembered it this time, and it is made of mostly robot parts, but it has all the sec units have human skin in some parts, so like the face and the hands, I believe, have skin, just to make people feel more at ease around them. They also have human blood mixed in with all of their other lubricants for their body, and also they have human and neural tissue as part of their robotic brain. So the governor module keeps them as like subservient robots, but Murderbot has managed to hack its governor module, and all it wants to do is to be left alone to watch TV, basically trash TV. A series called The Rise and Fall of the Sanctuary Moon, that's what it is Murderbot's favourite. And really, it is just sassy and sarky, and the number of times I've been told that I am basically Murderbot made me read this book, and no comment. I also can't decide if one of these lights is flicking, or if my eyesight's flicking, or if like something outside is making the light flick at the curtains. Oh, I don't know. Okay, we're going 2 for 2. We're 2 for 2. Let this be a good what? Get off. Can we? There we go. Okay, 2 for 2. Oh, we go 3 for 3. This is. Oh, it's upside down. There we go. Read a thrifted book. I don't have any of those other than my Patricia Cornwell books, so I will not be doing that. So that is my first no. And it will also be going in the no. I don't often get thrifted books just because, well, I'm not really in charity shops, really. So I should maybe do that more. That will be going into the no, into the actual no jar, because like I said, I don't really tend to, like, the only thrifted books I have are some of my Secret Garden editions and my Patricia Cornwell's, because Mum used to get them from charity shops for me, but that is no longer the case. Okay, so actual prompt number 3. Here we go. Why is everything so shiny? Actual prompt number 3. There we go. Why are they always upside down? How do I manage that, honestly? Read a book set on a different continent. Beautiful. So for this prompt, I'm actually going to use Riding the High by Paisley Hope. I just feel like there's more likely a chance to get Dead and Gone on a different prompt than this one. So I'm going to use Riding the High. This is set in, I want to say America. It's either America or Canada, which is a different continent because I live in Europe and that is in North America. So this is very much in a different continent. This is the 3rd book and the next one in this series that I have to read, and this follows Cole, who's one of the brothers, and he has just been made the sheriff and he really wants to prove himself. And on a weekend trip to Vegas, he accidentally gets married to one of his sister's best friends, who has had a raging crush on him the entire time but refuses to admit it. I'm looking forward to this because these two are absolute chaos incarnate. I love me a good accidental marriage. Like, when they have to like pretend to be married, like, this reminds me of Power Play by Chelsea Cutter, which I just got, I just hauled, and I'm very excited to finish this series. As I said, I've got all of it on my TBR, so let's go back and get it all on my TBR. Okay, prompt number 5. Prompt number 5. Now remember, we're trying to do this under 20, so we're a quarter of the way through. That's 2 prompts. Oh, okay. Ta-da! Oh, it's the right way around this time. Buy a book and read it straight away. I am not going to do that. Oh, but I am going to do that. Well, I'm not going to go, right, rewind it back, Andy. So I'm not going to go out and buy a book because I'm just not going to do that. I'm going to count my pre-order, One for the Road, as this prompt because, well, it is a book that I will have bought when it comes out because it's pre-ordered, so I'm going to count it. And obviously I will be reading it straight away because I'm reading it in the month that I get the book. So One for the Road is the 3rd and the last book in the McCabe Brothers series, or in the McCabe, see, I'm not quite sure because this one actually follows their sister, so there's 2. Oh, that's a lie. Oh, is there going to be 4 books? Might be 4 books. So this one, so there's 3 McCabe brothers and they have a sister, and this one follows Alistair, I believe, who is the last brother that's not with someone. The last book was actually about Alistair's brother and Alistair's ex-fiancée, who ended up together. So this follows Alistair, and honestly I'm not entirely sure what this is about. Let me just check. So this one, we've got another fake relationship. So this follows Alistair, as I said, who is a GP, and he is burnt out and he moves back to his village on Skye where this is all set, and he has been feeling just a little bit meh, especially since his brother and his ex got together, even though he's very happy for them. Like, he is not interested in her as a relationshipy type thing. Like, they've covered all that, they've done, that's all a closed box. But just the fact that he's alone. And another GP starts at, I'm assuming, at his practice, called Isla, who moves to Skye. And Alistair and her start to get close, but Isla's ex-boyfriend decides to show up, and to help her not fall back into their on again off again horrible relationship, she decides to ask Alistair to pretend to be her boyfriend. I love fake dating. I love fake dating so much. So that's going to be the main premise for this. I'm very excited. Okay, prompt number 6. We're doing pretty well. We're doing pretty well. What does it say? Read a book that has your initials in the book title and author's name. And author's name? Okay. Right, so my initials would be A-M-I. It would be A-M or A-M-I. We could do Martha Diaries, A and M, and Martha Wells. I'm thinking about off campus. A-M. There's an I in there, but there's no I in Martha Wells. We could do Accomplice to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayer, because that has all my initials. We'll go Accomplice to the Villain. I'll put this back down. We'll go Accomplice to the Villain. So we've got A for Andy, M, and I, because that's what my surname is, a Mac one. So the M-A-C. I'm not putting M-A-C as an initial. M-I would be enough, I think. And then we've got A and M and I. There we go. So Accomplice to the Villain. Change plans. That's not going to be what we're doing, because the next book is in fact Apprentice to the Villain, not Accomplice to the Villain. Accomplice to the Villain is book 3. I pulled the wrong book. And yeah, Apprentice to the Villain does not have an M in it, so we can't be using that one. Let me try again. I'm realising as I struggle to do this that I think I'm misunderstanding this. I think it means like my initials between the title and the author name, not like it has to be the title and the author name. I'm just making life hard for myself. So I'm gonna go with Artificial Condition by Martha Wells, which is the book 2 of Murderbot Diaries, because Murderbot Diaries, that's the title of the series, so ignore that. Artificial Condition is actually the second book. So we have A for Andy, M in Martha, and we've also got A there as well, M in Martha, and I in Artificial and Condition. So we're going to use Artificial Condition, and I'm going to start using my brain a little bit. Okay, let's go for one right off the top here. There we go. Focus. It says, read a book that's picked by a friend or significant other. Okay, give me a sec. Oh, I'm using my phone. Right, give me a sec. I'm going to ask the girls. Okay, while we wait for that, let's just pick another prompt and hope that I don't then pick a book that is chosen for me, because that would be really awkward. Okay. Oh, where we go. Can you see that? Can you see that? You cannot see that. Read a book with hands on the cover. Read a book with hands on the cover. That'll be nice and easy. So, Clockwork Princess, there are hands right there. And City of Heavenly Fire, also hands. I think I'm going to go Clockwork Princess, which is the last book in the Infernal Devices trilogy. And obviously I need to get on my TBR for rereading this entire series. Okay, let's just keep going until somebody gets back to me. They were chatting a minute ago and now they've disappeared. Okay. What does that say? What does that say? It's upside down again. It's always upside down. Read a book by an author you have read and enjoyed before. Amazing. I forgot to put the Charlene Harris book on there, so let me grab it. Okay, Dead and Gone by Charlene Harris. I have obviously read this entire series and have been thoroughly enjoying it. This is a reread. And after this, I've only got 4 books to go. 5 books to go? 5 books to go after this, which is amazing. If you don't know the series, it is the Sookie Stackhouse series, the Southern Vampire Mystery series, the True Blood series, whatever you want to call it. And this follows Sookie Stackhouse, who is a waitress but also a telepath, in her small town called Bontemps, which is north of New Orleans in Louisiana. And it follows her as she discovers more about vampires, as vampires have recently come out of the coffin and have been able to go public because Japan have made a synthetic blood that means that they no longer have to feed on humans. And I've just been reading this series, rereading the series again for the first time in years, like years and years and years. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. And yeah, this is what True Blood, the TV series, is based on, but they're quite vastly different things. You two have been yapping. I know you're watching this, Vicky and Tori. You've been yapping in the chat while I've been filming. And I need you to yap. You're not yapping. Get yapping. Kay's downstairs. I'm just going to have to ask her at this point. Well, we do one more prompt, and if they haven't answered by then, it's been 5 minutes. If I do one more prompt, and they haven't answered by then, I'll ask Kay. So, this one. Oh, there's two. This one. Can we focus? Read a book with forbidden magic. So easy. City of Heavenly... Try that again, Andy. City of Heavenly... No. We're keeping this in. City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare. This is the last book in the Mortal Instruments series. I am mixing this in with the Infernal Devices because there's various different reading orders you can read it in, and I'm going with this one, so I'll be finishing the Infernal Devices and then reading the last book in the Mortal Instruments series before moving on then to the Last Hours series. Last Hours? Yeah, no. Oh, do I read Last Hours or no? It'll be the Blackthorns, and I can never remember the name of that series. Anyway, I'll be reading City of Heavenly Fire for this prompt. Just realised I've not told you what this series is about, or the other series. So this series, The Mortal Instruments, follows Clary, and she lives in New York with her mum, and everything is pretty much perfectly normal, except one night when she goes to a nightclub and sees a random teenage boy being murdered by 3 more teenagers, and suddenly discovers that the shadow world exists, and that things aren't quite as normal as they seem. And oh yes, she also is one of the Nephilim, and her mum has been hiding it from her for her entire life. Now, Nephilim in this are humans who've been given angel blood by an angel, obviously, and they have then, so like back when, they were given these abilities to see the shadow world and help fight and defeat the demons that are encroaching in on Earth, and they use runes and marks and stuff like that. Like I've got Erataz, I don't know how to pronounce it, which is a healing rune, as a tattoo, and this is your first introduction to the shadow world, to the Mortal Instruments, to all of this, and this is the last book in this series. The other series, the Clockwork Princess, Angel, Prince, I don't know which order it goes in. Angel, Prince, Princess? No, Angel, Prince, Princess. What's wrong with me? Follows Shadowhunters back in, I want to say Victorian England. It's definitely in London. It's definitely in the time of like chaperones and horse and cart, and I think it's Victorian England. I love 1800s-esque. I am not entirely sure. I don't remember the time frame of it, but it's probably my favourite series. That or the Last Hours, stop saying Lost Hours, Last Hours, which follows their kids. So yeah, but it all comes together. That's why I'm rereading it, because there's so much interwoven. Like some of the things I'm finding out, some of the things I'm noticing from the older books that tie into the newer books now is just unbelievable, which is why I want to reread them all, because the last King of Fairy, which is the new book, comes out in November. So we're trying to read all these by November. Okay, Vicky has got back to me and she has chosen Apprentice to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayer. This is book 2 in the Assistant to the Villain series, where Evie, who's a bit of a klutz and a bit of a klutz and a bit airy-fairy, but is also the main breadwinner for her family, because it's just her little sister and her dad has caught a mystic illness which keeps him unable to work. Evie is looking for a job, and she goes to a job fair and doesn't come back with anything, and while she's walking through the forest back home, she stumbles across, literally, I told you, she's a klutz, the villain, who then offers her a job as his assistant. And it is funny, it is like, so much. It is, people say it's like The Office but in a fairy tale setting, and I've not seen The Office, but I understand that like there's moments where it feels like that sort of like look at the camera moment. Yeah, I love this series so much. There's a frog who holds up signs. That's his way of communicating. His name is Kingsley. He wears a crown, and we love Kingsley so much. I'm also rereading the series for the new book coming out in August, so I'll read this in June, the 3rd book in July, and then get the 4th book in August. I'm going to be honest with you, I've forgotten how many prompts we're on because I've not been marking them down as I go. I think we're either on 9 or 10. I'll say 10, just to be fair, because I've forgotten. So we have 10 more prompts to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books on my TBR. Also, I forgot to tell you what the forbidden magic was in City of Heavenly Fire. So there is demonic magic being used, so like demonic magic that shouldn't be used, summoning magic that shouldn't be used, that sort of thing. I've been so locked in on reading the series that I can tell you there is forbidden magic in that series, especially in that book. Okay, let's get back on track, shall we? Let's see what's next. What's that one right down at the bottom? Okay, here. I love I'm looking get off at it in the phone rather than ta-da. Oh, why is it always upside down? It's the Y's that give it away. The Y's are a very particular shape when they're upside down. It says, read a book originally published under a pen name. No, this is going to my no pile because I don't know any. I was shocked a number of times, or I was shocked the first time I realised that people use pen names. I don't know. I don't like Emily Rath. Didn't realise it was a pen name. Like to this day, I couldn't tell you if people are using pen names or real names. So we're just gonna get rid of that one. Okay, so that was a bad one to pick. Let's try this one. Can you read that? Read a book with a black cover. Okay, let's see. I think my only choice is going to be Network Effect because like it's black and yellow, but like this is like very red and then this one's very much blue and these are like almost as white as me. So I'm going to say Network Effect, which is the novel in the Murderbot series. It's actually one of the last books I need to read in this series, but I don't have to read it in order of the prompts I pull out. And if you're sitting there going, that's not a black cover, that's a black and yellow cover, then I don't care. We're trying to fit this in. Like although we're trying to do a challenge, we are trying to make things easier for ourselves, okay? So we're just sticking with it, okay? Okay. It's always the Y's. It says, read a book by a new to you author. Well, that sucks since the only new books are these two, and these are books 4 and 5 in a series. I've already read books 1 and 2. Okay, so apparently since I'm just out of my own mind, let's just add another book to this month's TBR, which is How to Be an Anti-Racist by Ibram X. Kendi. This is a non-fiction book. I've not read a non-fiction in a while, so I think that maybe like breaking this up into chunks through the month might be nice. I probably won't end up doing that. I probably will just end up reading it in one go or getting it as a what's it called? Audiobook, because I do like listening to my non-fictions as audios. It's only 238 pages, so it's not adding that much to my TBR, and I do want to get to this. I also realise I've not really come up with a punishment if I do fail to do this and get it in 20, but we'll deal with that when we get to it, if we get to it. Okay, come on, give me some help here. I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books to go on. Yikes. It's upside down. There we go. So, rate your most anticipated book. Technically speaking, my most anticipated book is Chasing the Fire, which is the newest book in this series. So, I'm going to go with this, even though I've not got the 5th book on the TBR yet. I'm going to go with Chasing the Fire. See, when I saw this in the shop, I was so excited because it's only just recently come out. So, this follows Asher Reed, who is the town's chief firefighter, and it also follows Olivia, who is one of the best friends of the main character from the first book. All comes down to the same sort of family. And they have, I believe, a one-night stand and she ends up pregnant. Yes, I'm very excited about this. If only my neighbours could make more noise while I'm trying to film. That would be amazing. There we go. It says, read a book set in a place you want to visit. Do you want to go to Silver Pines? I don't really think I want to go anywhere Murderbot is, to be perfectly honest. So we're going to go Free in the Wild by Paisley Hope. This one follows country star Cassie Spencer, and something happens mid-tour. So she goes back to Kentucky. That's where that's where it's based, to visit family. And there she meets Hayden. And I think they did know each other. It's like a second chance romance. Yes. Second chance because they're a one night stand. Very exciting. This reminds me a little bit of Wild Eyes. Like, the premise of that is she's famous and she wants to go to this small town, blah blah blah. Yeah, I got all of them on my TBR now. Woo! But yes, I would very much like to visit Silver Pines Ranch. I do like me some horses. Okay, here's what it comes down to. I need to get these 4 technically on my TBR. So we have Rogue Protocol, Exit Strategy, and Fugitive Telemetry and System Collapse. These are the ones we need to get on the TBR. Lock in. Okay, let's go. We can do this. We can do this. This one? We can do this. What does it say? You look, I can't look. You look, I can't look. Read Can you read it? Because I can't. Read a book by LGBTQIA plus author. I know nothing about Martha Wells. I know nothing about authors. Okay, that's going in the no. That's just going in the no pile because actually it'll go in the pile of I will use it later on, but I'm not using it right now. I'm giving myself some grace here, because Martha Wells is straight. I did not know, and I don't know anything about authors. Like, there are some authors that I know are LGBTQ+, but I would rather use it on like a my TBR is so small, I don't think any of the other ones count. And I don't want to sit here and look into every single author, especially any other month. Any other month it would be fine, but this month we're trying to get a specific TBR. This is why I gave myself the 20 prompts, because I knew there was some of them that were going to have to just... I've already added a book. Should I have added a book? Probably not, but I've already done it. So, next prompt. Why does everybody and the dog want to disrupt my filming today, honestly? Okay, read a book that a friend recommended. Excellent. We're going to go for Rogue Protocol because all my friends recommended Murderbot TV. Wonderful. That sounded so sarcastic, but no, like, great. We're actually getting where we need to be. Okay, so 3 more prompts. 3 more. Let me mark that one off before I forget. Okay, that's 15. We've got 5 more to get 3 more books on. What are we doing? Okay, we've got 2. So we're going to go, these are going to be the next 2 prompts. So number 1 is, read a book with no people on the cover. I'm going to go Exit Strategy because Murderbot is not people. Murderbot is a construct. It does not identify as people. And I'm not saying that as like robots don't count as people. Like, if it wants to be autonomous, that's totally fine. Like, but Murderbot specifically does not want to be people. It does not want to be assumed as a person. It would like to stay as Murderbot. It refers to itself as it. Like, it wants to be its own thing, not people. You would be very like understood to assume that I live on a main thoroughfare. I do not. I live in a cul-de-sac, and I don't know why people keep. It's not a cul-de-sac, but it's like a closed loop. And I don't know why everybody's driving up and down the street today. Right, new prompt. Read a book that is a retelling or reimagining of another book. I don't like that prompt. I'm putting that in the no pile because you could probably say that, you could justify that about any book. So therefore I don't like it as a prompt. Like, I could probably put like any enemies to lovers, Romeo and Juliet retelling. Every single enemies to lovers, you could say is a Romeo and Juliet retelling. Like, Grumpy Sunshine, Beauty and the Beast retelling. We're not playing with that. We're not doing that prompt. Are we getting a little bit manic here? Maybe. Okay, let's go. This one, we've got 3 more prompts before we go bust. Or 2 more prompts, I'm not sure. I still have 2 books to get on there. Read a book with a house on the cover. No, I don't like that prompt anyway. We're not gonna... I don't like that prompt anyway. Okay, we have 2 more prompts. I don't like the number of times that I'm sure I've had that prompt before. I don't know. Right, okay. We're keeping going. Read a book with just words on the cover. You're killing me here. You're absolutely killing me here. No. I don't think I even have a book like that. Well, yeah, I suppose I do. Again, right, we'll put that in we'll use later. So we're not going to make it. We're not going to make it. I don't know why I'm in a rush. That is the 19th prompt. So this is prompt 20, and there's no way I'm going to get 2 books. Oh, let me see. Read a book with 2 people on the cover. Why? Why? These are 2 robots, not 2 people. Oh. Right, we'll put that in the use it later. So that's 20. Well, I'm still trying to get two books on here. What should be the punishment? Okay, that's my 20 prompts. I did not manage to get everything on my TBR that I wanted on my TBR. I've still got Fugitive Telemetry and System Collapse, which is going to have to be on my TBR anyway because it is the last, like, I need to read the whole Murderbot series. So it's just going to have to go on with it prompts. I do think I need a punishment for not getting all the prompts on there. I'm not entirely sure what the punishment should be. I'm thinking maybe something like I have to do sprints in the month of June. 1 for each 2 rounds of sprints for each book that I missed off. So I've missed 2 books off without prompts. I'm 2 books over. My punishment could be that I have to run 2 lots of sprints over the month of June. Public sprints. That's going to be my punishment. My punishment is going to be that I need to do 2 rounds of sprints on, like, for the public in the month of June. Cool. That is my punishment. I've not done sprints for so long. I've been on Becca sprints, but I've not hosted sprints for so long since I got a little bit burnt out. So it's not a punishment. Like, I'm not going to punish myself by adding, like, books and books and books. Although, in saying that, I only have 5,587 pages on this TBR. My TBR for May is 7,187 and I only have 1,014 pages left on that TBR. So it's not like adding pages is going to be the worst thing. Like, adding pages wouldn't be the worst thing at all. I don't do book buy bans because I'm not really buying. I've only got pre-orders coming in. I'm not really going out and buying books. I'm not going to unhaul books just for the sake of it. So maybe the punishment is that I do. Yeah, my punishment is going to be that I run 2 sets of sprints, 1 for each book missed on my TBR. And it pushes me to do something that I've not done in a while, pushes me to get out of my comfort zone a little bit, but at the same time it's not something that I'm like, it's not a punishment in the sense of like I'm really dreading doing it. So we're trying to be kind to ourselves. Okay, there we go. Those are all the books that are on my TBR now. So we've got All Systems Red, Artificial Condition, Rogue Protocol, Exit Strategy, Network Effect, Fugitive Telemetry, System Collapse, Apprentice to the Villain, Dead and Gone, Clockwork Prince, Clockwork Princess, City of Heavenly Fire, One for the Road, Riding the High, Free in the Wild, Chasing the Fire, and How to Be an Anti-Racist. All of my TBR for the month of June. Wish me luck with this. If I still have the mojo I have from May, then this should be no problem. But yeah, a lot of it is rereads. It is not going to help with my TBR, but such is life. Such is life. I'm excited to read all of these books. Specifically, I'm excited to read all of these books. I went through my TBR and I chose these books. I went through like what I needed to read and I chose these books on purpose. So I'm very excited. I hope you are too. Let me know if you're reading anything that I'm reading in the comments. If you want to leave me an emoji to let me know you are here. If you leave me a, like any sort of sound emoji, because everybody has just been disrupting this video. There's over an hour of raw footage. Let's see what I can get it down to when I take out all of the pauses I've had to do for the noise. Yeah. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.